Okay, we're going to check out the Strength Muscle Builder. So if we hit the Strength Muscle Builder, you'll see the exact same screen. We have all the muscle groups on the sides here, which is pretty cool. Also, when you hit them, it actually highlights that area. So you can see front of the muscles, quads. You hit the next one, back of the legs, hamstrings, bottom, so glutes. The only interesting one, abs, is the waist. The waist is actually the lower back. So waist, there you can see lower back. If we go to back, you'll see where those electrodes will hit the back. Traps is right up. Chest, ladies, make sure it's on the pectoral muscle, not too low on the breast. That's really uncomfortable, so really just making sure it's on that pectoral. Arms, you'll see it shows bi and tri. Make sure the arms are put right around. And then you have optional. So the optional, you can see it highlights the shoulders. It highlights the inner thighs over there, and also highlights the calf muscles. So you just basically need to, it depends where you put the electro pad. So you can put them on the shoulders, or you can put them on the calves. And then that will be controlled by the optional. So you can't have both. You can have arms, let's select that. You can have arms and shoulders, or arms and calves. And then you can even have arms and forearms. You can move the electrodes wherever you really want to, and that will be the optional one. A fun thing to do as well is to actually use an armband and to stand on it with bare feet. Then you're actually activating the little smaller muscles on the lower part of the foot, which is really nice. And then just very slowly increase that. That's also a part that is really nice to do, is underneath the feet. Like I say, plug it in and stand on the armbands. You will feel they're running right up into the ankle, but it feels pretty good. So if you are on the muscle builder, again, the impulse, we'll hit impulse. You'll see this is the default settings on that muscle, strength muscle builder. And the strength muscle builder, you'll see 20 minutes. It's in the burst mode because it's going to be 4 seconds on and 2 seconds off. We normally default it to a training of 4-4, especially when you start out. For 4 seconds you move, for 4 seconds you stand still. If you feel 4 seconds is really just a little bit too little, you can up that to 6. You'll see in the muscle builder it will only go to 6. It won't allow you to go more than that. Again, the manual settings, you'll be able to change that, not in the default settings. So maximum 6 seconds, 4 seconds off. The impulse amplification, here I would say again, it can go up to the 1.0. You are more than welcome to train on the 0.4. Feel how that feels. That was the one where it either immediately grabs the muscle on 0.0. It takes on the muscle slower the higher this is. Muscle builder, you'll see you training on an 80 hertz there. It's a great place to start off. I'll definitely start on that 80 hertz. And the impulse depth again is on 350. On this program, I'll also just leave it right there. So from here, once you've set this up, and you know, for my very first time, I think a 20 minutes is actually fine, because in the beginning you're going to play around with these numbers to really get it where it feels comfortable, but you're also feeling a little bit strenuous. You feel like you're doing exercises. So I would leave it on 20 minutes because it is going to take you some time to get that where you would like to get it. You'll see, so here to get out of the screen, you just touch the screen and then it will come down. This ASP on, if you hit it, it says warning. Are you sure you want to turn off the safe mode? For now, just rather leave the safe mode on. I would not change that. Again, if you really want to switch it off, you can, yes, no. I'm going to say no. Let's not switch that off for now. You can hit the reset. Do you want to restore the default values? Again, no. So don't push that. And you have a little help button here that's gonna give you some advice. Okay, so those are those at the bottom. Once you feel you've done your impulse selection here, You want to do 20 minutes. You want to train for 6 seconds, 4 off. The amplification is on 0.4, 80 hertz, 350 depth. Okay, so you're ready to go. You're feeling good. You're going to just touch the screen and you're good to go. So the very first thing you have to do is, once you hit start, you won't feel anything here. So don't be scared. You can hit start. Then the big thing here is you need to hit the master. Now the master, you'll see that's the safety mode. You can only turn it up in the green. As soon as it's red, you won't be able to turn this up. I'm going to wait for the green and I'll show you. There we go. I can turn that up. It's still in the green. I can turn it up. It's still in the green. And you see I've gone all the way to 80. You won't feel anything because these numbers are on 0. The next time you start, be careful of this master because your numbers are probably going to be on a much higher number. Again, you have 6 seconds, so that there's your 6 seconds. When it's green, you'll feel the impulse come through. Red, nothing. Won't feel anything. And green, you'll feel that impulse come through. But again, you won't feel anything else because it's on 0. So I do recommend putting the master on at least an 80. That's just the master controller. So put that on 80 and then you start with the legs. If you want to start really slow, just do one muscle group at a time. So we only have the quads highlighted here. We do have a plus button. You can't do it in the red, so you have to wait for that green. And you'll hit plus, 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 plus. And then you keep hitting the plus until you feel something. You can't do it in the red. In 2, 1, and plus, plus, plus. And this just depends on your muscles and your sensitivity and have you slept well. You know, everybody's going to be completely different on these numbers. And then once you go, oh wow, okay, that feels fantastic on a 20, I'm going to leave it there. What you can do is, once this is, it's now gray, if you hit it and it's red selection, it means you can select more than one muscle group. A fun one to do is normally those 3 together, but again, if you are more sensitive, just do one at a time. But just to show you, now we've highlighted the back, meaning the back of the legs, the glutes, and the hamstrings. Now in the red I can't do it. In the green, you see I can turn them up both together, so they're both climbing 16, 17, 18. I can't do it in the red. And we keep going. Okay, cool, this is feeling amazing. Okay, the hamstrings feel good, so I can deselect it, but I want more in the glutes, so there we go. And you can just keep going with the glutes. Perfect, until that feels good. Perfect. Now next, you can either do again singular, selecting one, or you can select more than one, and then you keep going. Can't do anything on the red. You keep going, keep going, keep going, and then you're like, oh wow, the chest is getting high. You deselect the chest and you keep going on everything else. Nothing in the red. And you keep going and you're like, okay, that's more than enough for my abs. You can deselect the abs and you can keep going on the rest of them. So that's just a way of doing a little bit quicker all together, or one at a time. Now you want to add in the arms. You can deselect those. You want to do the arms and the optional together. You can do them together. You feel like, okay, that's enough in, say, the arms. You can deselect the arms and you can just keep going in your optional, which could be shoulders or calves or wherever you have put those optional bands. Perfect. And now from here, this is cool. You can kind of step away and you go, okay, everything feels good. Now I'm actually moving through the exercises. I'm doing whatever you want to do. You're doing arms, abs, glutes. You're doing all your exercises. This feels pretty good. Don't be scared to keep coming back to it. So if these levels feel pretty good, what is quite nice is, so I have deselected that, hit the master. The master controller means everything is going to go up. So you hit the, nothing in the red. You hit the master controller. That means now 82% of this is 82%. Then if you hit it again, now it's gonna, in the green, gonna go up 83%. So you're working 83% of these numbers. So like I say, if these numbers are actually comfortable, then just keep hitting the master. And then if you feel like, oh my goodness, okay, my abs are getting insane, just hit it and bring the abs down. Always, you can always just bring the number down. Whatever feels too much, bring it down. If you say, okay, I feel comfortable with these levels, but I want to just hit my arms hard now. I want to do some biceps and I'm going to hit my arms hard. You can just go, 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 go. Keep doing bicep curls, keep doing bicep curls. Take that rest, 2, 1, and bicep curl, bicep curl. Really just push those arms. And then you're like, oh, this is a break. You can just go, whoosh, take that right down. If you want to take it down quickly, just use your finger on that, whichever is highlighted. So the arms are highlighted, so that's what you're controlling. If you highlight the master, that's what it is. For any reason, if everything feels too much, always hit the master and just bring the master down nice and quickly. You can't, if you are, sometimes your arms lock out. What that means is that the impulse is probably just too high for that movement. Your arms have locked out in a straight position. Don't be afraid. It's literally going to take 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds and you're out of it, and you can just lower that because obviously that was a little bit too high. The timer here, which is quite nice, the timer is running down. So that's the minutes, how long you've been training, for 6 minutes and 30 minutes left. And like I said, even while you're training, you can hit the impulse and you can quickly add some more minutes on and go back. So you'll see that has gone up to 16 now, which is pretty cool. During the impulse, if you go, man, that I need a longer break, you can just up the break. Now it's going to be 6 seconds. You'll see 6 seconds break now. So which is, you can change that even during your training, which is pretty cool. So your training has come to an end. So actually let's do that. I'm gonna down the minutes. Let's see. Cool, couple of seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's gonna say the training is finished. The training is finished. Perfect. Goodbye. So you can just hit OK and it defaults back out of the program. From here, you can basically go back into your relax. If there were some muscle groups or something you wanted to do more of, you can just hit that. But in the next video, I'm quickly going to show cardiovascular and then relax.